Hey, all right, I'm on now. Good morning, everyone. Melissa here. Um, let's see, my hair. I just threw it up to get my son to work. Um, there we go. So, yeah. Hey, I want to talk to you guys about some things. So, I just got a message. I just got a text while I was doing some mindset work. And I have signed up. This is a totally different organization than the one I volunteer for. I signed up for text messages to pray for women who are abortion minded and are thinking of having an abortion. So in this case, the woman doesn't, her husband left, and so she is thinking of aborting. Another time last week, there was a couple who we were praying they would actually see an ultrasound, make that choice to see the ultrasound. There is just so many things that people think justify an abortion or don't know or whatever. So I looked on Planned Parenthood's list and I shared this, how they're like, oh, do you have enough money? Are you like this? Are you like that? Do you have this? Do you have that? I think most people would be like, oh my goodness, I'm not ready if this is what's required to have kids. Let me tell you, abortion actually makes you less ready to have kids. It does. There are many statistics on how bonding with your child is very difficult after an abortion. For me, luckily, because I really didn't understand a whole lot about what was going on with my abortion, I did desire to have my son greatly. And I don't want to say it was like the phantom baby. I don't want to say that. Like, I desired him just because I lost a baby. But I think it was I was just at that maturity level where I was ready to have kids. Hold on. I think I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Whew, I'm just getting over being sick. Bless me. I'm just getting over being sick, and then it was the stomach flu. We all had it. And then yesterday, my son was dizzy, so he didn't go to church. I was dizzy last night, and I think it's just the ending of the sickness. So I was just like, I want to share something about abortion. So I had just thought God was punishing me. I thought he was punishing me in some way subconsciously. I mean, I wasn't even like, I didn't even process the abortion, but subconsciously before I processed the abortion more, I felt like God was punishing me in some way and I couldn't have kids. So, let me say something. So last night I watched the Super Bowl. I shared with my son, and as I was watching it, I was like, wait a minute, hold on, which team scored again? Wait a minute, who's who? Because this is the first time I really sat down to watch a Super Bowl. I'm like, wait a minute, wait, Kelsey's on which team? And I'm just trying to figure it out, and I'm like, oh, I just missed the score. So as I was engaged in the game, I had a son traveling back up to New Hampshire. So I was like talking to him too. So I'm like, wait a minute, what's the score now? What's going on? So I was pretty engaged. Taylor Swift to me looked like a teenager girl, seeing her in the background. And I just, memories came back of me going to my first boyfriend's basketball games. And not last night, really. I mean, I did take notice of the way I watch, the way I watch sports. I did take notice because this is how I used to watch sports. And my son was laughing, like, pay attention. So it brought back those memories. And this morning, and I'm like, geez, this morning I'm thinking, I've kind of avoided sports a little bit. I mean, my son's played, which was different for me to watch it in real life than on TV. But I noticed last night, I'm like, Melissa, when is the last time you were really engaged? Thinking about this morning, when was the last time you were really engaged and really watching, like, something like that, at that, on TV like that? I guess, I don't know. It just came out like you haven't been this engaged in a while. Like, I don't know. I think I mean, I was engaged with my sons, but I think it's just because of the trauma healing and everything, it came out some more. Some more memories that I had blocked out with my boyfriend because I had to get through the abortion was blocked out too with the basketball games. I used to be very active, cheerleading for him, not like officially cheerleading, but on the benches. I would be at Pittsfield High School, cheering him on. And so that came back to me today, and that surprised me. And I'm like, I think I've been avoiding, some of the sports because of that. And I know that I had avoided some of the archery a little bit. I mean, I did get my guys into archery, but because it was such a big part of my life, I think I had avoided some of that. So, it just feels like it never ends. It feels like it never ends. There's always something, right? And I did process a little bit yesterday, having it wasn't even the doctors, the assistants, when I give plasma, the assistants next to me, I processed that a little bit with having the doctors close to me, with my abortion. So I kind of let myself outside of that atmosphere process some more. So when I see these texts coming in of women not knowing if they should, abort or whatever, it's just heartbreaking. It's like you don't know what you're in for. You got no idea what you are in for. So it's like leading the ox to the slaughter. Honestly, it's sad. It affects women all their lives. So it was really healthy for me today to, be like, yeah, I remember the feelings. I remember the feelings of going to his game mostly in just such a awesome time, such a high time in my life, such a time of innocence, time of everything was new, everything was fresh, so much innocence with just a first time boyfriend. And, wearing his class ring around my neck, just so much. So that was all destroyed with abortion, pretty much, or getting pregnant, the condom breaking, the breaking of trust. It just, everything just ripped apart. So I just want to tell girls, do not get an abortion. Do not get an abortion. It makes it harder as far as, when you go to raise your kids. I think being ready, it's more bonding once you have naturally had your children with no interruption, no abortion, nothing before. And luckily for me, like I said, I already had blocked that out so much that I did bond with my son right when he was born. I was just like, I didn't want to nurse, but I was like, oh my goodness, I absolutely loved my son. And, I took tons of pictures of him every way he slept. So I think, though, if I didn't have the abortion, I think I would have bonded even more with him. So that's what I got for now, guys. Thanks for joining me.